बदलाव का मौसम आया है,
नई उमंगे लाया है।
एक कदम उठा था कल,
आज और एक कदम बढ़ाया है।
जहाँ पहली वो कमाई से बच्चों की पढ़ाई तक,
नए बिजनेस से लेके शादी की शहनाई तक,
चुनौतियों से जूझती जीत की बधाई तक।
Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा। Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा।
बढ़ते रहने दे उनके इन सपनों का कारवां,
बस जाने दे
बुलंद हौसलों का जहां,
क्योंकि हर कोशिश से कामयाबी तक,
जीत से गूंजती हर वादी तक,
आज के इरादों से कल को दिए वादों तक।
Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा। Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा।
जब ढूंढते हो वो मंजिल जो मिल जाए हर मोड़ पर,
कदम बढ़ेंगे गर्व से, खुशियां होंगी हर छोर पर। क्योंकि हर जिम्मेदारी से उसकी तैयारी तक,
आज उनसे और कल उनकी पीढ़ी तक,
आज है कल है हमेशा।
Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा। Here with you, for you, to hold you, be beside you. हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा।
हम हैं हमेशा, हम हैं हमेशा।
Very good morning to all and welcome to this session of Joy of Retirement. My name is Taki and I am your host for today. It's a pleasure to have all of you. I would like to sincerely thank you for your time and for your eagerness to know more about retirement. A little bit about myself. I have close to 18 years experience in life insurance, and in my current role, I look after training for South India. It's my sheer pleasure to have you in this session. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that during these difficult times, all of you are maintaining necessary precautions to take care of your family and your loved ones. I'm sure you are maintaining healthy social distancing. You're using masks and sanitizers. I wish you great health and great prosperity. And I'm sure together we will overcome this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, today's topic is a very, very interesting topic and a very relevant topic to all of us. Today, we are going to talk about retirement. Indeed, this program is sponsored to you by Kotak Life Insurance. Kotak Life Insurance is India's one of the few life insurance companies which would like to come up and stand as to express gratitude for senior citizens. Earlier, we have had sessions where more than 10,000 people have attended, and it is your support and your interest that is motivating us to keep serving you and to keep spreading the awareness of a very happy retired life. A little bit about the organization. It is one of the leading life insurance company in the country. It is a 100% Indian subsidiary. There is no foreign partner. And Kotak has a speciality of being specialist in all four genres of finance. There are four genres of finance: F for financing, A for asset management, C for capital, and I for insurance. In all the four aspects, Kotak is one of the specialists. It is headed by Mr. Udayas Kotak, who needs no introduction to all of us. And today's presentation, I would like to share certain key highlights of the company before I move into the real topic. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to tell you that the regulator requires a 1.5% or 1.5 times, I beg your pardon, 1.5 times solvency ratio. Now, what's a solvency ratio? It is the estimated excess of reserve over your liability. So if the insurance company is expected to have a liability of 1 rupees, they must have in the reserve, they must have 1 rupee 50 paise. From that aspect, at today's date, the solvency ratio is close to double the statutory requirement, which shows the financial prudence of the group. The net worth of Kotak Life is 3,345 crores. Last year's profit after tax was close to 608 crores. The conversion ratio out of 100 policies, where 100 people coming to us for insurance, we are successfully able to provide 89 of them with life cover. Our claim settlement ratio, that's the reason why you buy life insurance, is close to 99%. And we are one of the number one companies in fund performance. Indeed, during the pandemic, our values, which is known as specific, our values have helped us overcome this challenge. Today, right now, I am sitting in my office in Bangalore, Jayanagar, and I am talking to you in Chennai, in Tanjavur, in Tiruvarur, in Pudukkottai, in Vizag, Andhra, Upper Karnataka, Hubli, Mangalore, you can name it, and we are there. This is a blessing that today we are being able to serve you with full sanity of social distancing. Right from the comfort of your house, we'll be able to support you. As the spirit of the company goes, Hum Hai Hamesha, our Hum Hai Hamesha, which in English means we are always there. Our objective is to support you through the important milestones of your life, to give you the right advice and give you the right awareness. And today's program is completely dedicated to our beloved senior citizens. Recently, our company was rated AAA by CRISIL, which is the highest degree of honoring debt obligation, including obligation towards policyholder. This means we are one of the best life insurance company, best suited for you to choose from in terms of protection and long-term savings. Today's objective is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to do just three things. One, we would like to analyze the phase after retirement. We would like to elaborate what is the current environment in India, and we will see how an average Indian plans his retirement. So today's topic is something which is absolutely related to your life. And everybody, if you are a young man, you will retire one day. If you're already retired, you need to have the right advice in the right time for you to have a successful, joyful, and a peaceful retirement. So without further ado, I would like to take you to the journey of the joys of retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you to a life walk. Now, what's a life walk? The journey of life. If you see the journey of life, normally your work life begins at the age 25. At 25, you start working, whether you are a businessman. It takes 2-3 years for you to settle the business. So by 25, if you start by 21, 22, when you finish your studies, it takes 2-3 years when you are a established businessman. Even if you're in job, one or two job you may take in 2021, by the time you settle down, you're 25. So 25, your career starts. You start making money. And one day at 60, you will retire. Now, let us have a very interesting point. This phase is known as 25 to 60. The 35 years is known as the earning phase. Now, what after that? Then the interesting point begins here. Ladies and gentlemen, in the year 1970s, due to medical leverage during those time, the average lifespan was 69 years. But with improvement of medical science by 2010, the average lifespan increased to 75 years. The story didn't stop here. Due to advanced medical facilities and increasing awareness about medical facilities, people right now, it is expected that by 2025, the average expectancy would be 85, which means they need to live 25 years more after retirement. Now, what this translates is a very interesting concept and a very, very alarming concept for all of us. Please understand that whether you're a businessman or you're a salaried person, there is a dip in your income post retirement because you are not willfully and 100% engaged in wealth creation. What happens is that 71% of your work life has to be relived, and that too without an income. Now that's alarming. All the young people who are listening to me right now, that is something very alarming. 71% of the time you work and you generate wealth. Exactly 71% of that period you have to live without an income. So that's a real alarming fact. So let us look at other aspects. This is one fact, and if you have a pen and a paper, I would request you to please jot down some points that every average Indian has to live for 71% of his work life without an income. So please make a point, and I'm sure this point will give you great awareness by the end of the session. So now I would like to ask you a question, and you can give an answer in your heart. When do you spend more money? When? What time? So if you see, maximum expenditure happens during holidays, Saturday and Sunday. And during lockdown, you've seen your expenditures have gone higher because you're always at home. So the more you are at home, the higher the spending. Now let us look at life. After retirement, every day you are at home. What is the tendency? The tendency is that the incremental expenses will increase because you are not engaged in your office work. You're not engaged in your business work. So the chances of you spending will be far higher. Now, this is something to do with basic consumer behavior. When people have time, they browse. And today, purchasing is really easy. You look at lockdown, but you have 1 billion products in Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, and you can just click, and everything you want is just a click away. So digitally sitting at your home without leaving your premises, you can keep spending. It has been seen that a high amount of capital for retirement erodes in the first few years of the retirement. Why? Because people after retirement get a large lump sum, which is by far the highest in their life. Children have their aspiration. People have their aspiration. There are world tours. Of course, in this situation, it might not be applicable, but there are other avenues which has opened. So maybe world tour may not happen, but online purchase is there. Gifting and trying to pamper the family is there. So what the point is that during retirement, the tendency to expense to increase expenses is higher. So 71% of our working life we have to live. Second is that tendency to spend is very, very high after retirement. What else? Very important fact. This is something which I want you to really listen very carefully. And if you actually see, most of us are doing exactly the same. This is a survey by HSBC Future of Retirement Studies. Now they say, how does an Indian plan his retirement? Their children are their retirement. 7 out of 10 Indians plan their retirement basis their children. Okay. Now, is it right? Is it wrong? It's a debatable issue. However, let us look at the lives of children. The jobs, to hold jobs today is much difficult. The disposable income, in spite of a salary which is higher than your last salary, the disposable income for your children is much smaller. The stress at work and the aspirations of the young generation is also very high. So would it be very fair for you to actually depend on your children for retirement, or for me to depend on my children for retirement? Is a big question to be asked. It's a debatable issue. That's one aspect. There's a beautiful saying that one father can bring up 5 children, but 5 children cannot bring up one father. This is an example which is in your screen of Mr. Vijay Path Singhania, the man who built Raymond's. He transferred more than 1,000 crore shares to his son Gautam Singhania, and he was expelled from his own office and home. Right now in Bandra, he's living in a rented apartment and is fighting a case against his son. And the experience of this gentleman who has seen the summit of success in life says, love your children and care for them, but don't love them so much that you are blinded. So there are 2 angles which can come here. One is that, is it fair for us to expect our children to take care of us? That's number 1. Number 2, is their morality and their intention to support going to be loyal towards us? These are the 2 questions you need to ask. Net 7 out of 10 Indians are depending on children for their retirement services. Now, I leave that decision on to you, whether you would like to depend or you would like to plan. So today's session, we are not going to make any judgments. We are going to give you relevant, thought-provoking facts, basis which you can take an informed and you can take a decision which is in interest of your life and happiness of your family. Okay, so another aspect which has been seen, I'm sure if you are flying from Bangalore and you want to go to Mumbai, you would like to board a flight which takes you from your destination point to your desired point, right? So you can see the plane flying and taking you to the point. Now, would you like a aircraft which can drop you somewhere in the middle? Maybe from Chennai, it'll drop you somewhere in Karnataka, Upper Karnataka, or maybe MP just drop you. Would you be interested? I'm sure you would not be interested. So when you are into a journey, reaching a destination, you would like to go from your starting point to your desired point. Now, in the matter of retirement, the age of retirement is the starting point, and the day when you start an eternal journey beyond this world is the end point. It is very essential to have a retirement solution which takes you from the starting point of your age till the final point of your life. Now, in India, the necessity of specialized product, what is currently happening in the pension arena is that people are using commodities and products which are not specialized for pension. Well, it can give you moderate short-term gains. However, in the long term, would it take you to the last destination is a question that you need to ask. So there is a necessity of building specialized solution, which is exclusive for pension and retirement planning. We are going to discuss the avenues today. So, how do we comprehend pension? Now, P stands for peace of mind. Of course, one of the most important and the most desired element after retirement life is peace of mind. I'm sure with the great hard work and the stress level which you've taken in your professional and personal life, you would like to enjoy your retirement without any stress. Need fulfillment is something which is non-compromisable. None of us would like to have a compromise on the need fulfillment. Of course, we not only want our need fulfillment, enjoyment, and peace of mind for a short period, we want it to be sustained for a long period of time. So sustainable income is important. Independence and integrity. Now, if you look at a family head, he's always been contributing and providing to others. I'm sure post-retirement, the tendency or the urge to be independent and not to have a situation where he has to ask for some support would still be intact. So if you look, pension is nothing but it is an abbreviation of what you want in life post-retirement. Oasis of happiness. Now, oasis is a fertile line in a desert. Now, if you see, many a times in the flight, they said that please, if there is a loss of cabin pressure, marks from your above panel will fall. We'd request you to please place the mask securely on yourself before helping others. So during retirement, you need to be financially so strong that you can support people when they require your support. You have to be an oasis which can give water to the neighboring deserts. And nourishment of life, you want to enjoy all the nourishment. So there you go, my ladies and gentlemen. Peace of mind, enjoyment, need fulfillment, sustainable income, independence, integrity, oasis of happiness, and nourishment of life. All this is what is comprehended as a pension. We've done an in-depth thinking, and we decided that we want to dedicate this program. We want to salute all the senior citizens. This program is devised and sponsored to you by Kotak Life to salute the great efforts and the way you have built the nation. Whatever we are today, whatever values and culture which we have, and India is a very culture-rich nation. It is very proud of the value and the culture system. This is all because of the senior system. You always stood tall in all your responsibilities. May that be your career, business, or job. You have struggled, you've seen the ups and downs, and you build the economy. So thank you so much for doing a great job and building the modern India for us today. Whether it's shaping up your child's future or looking at the turmoils of relationships, you've done that. And I'm sure I am halfway through my retirement, and I have had my own turmoils in relationships and bringing up children. I'm sure that you have had your own turmoil. But let me congratulate you. You've done a great job. Today's young India is a gift of the senior citizens because you have made the sacrifices and you've ensured that the family is intact. Not only did you raise a great child, but you've also given him a great start of life. So I think all of you deserve a big round of applause. Thank you so much of the great job you've done. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to salute you for the great contribution you've done to the country and to all of us. Thanks a lot. And this program today is a gesture from our heart to your heart to give you a heartfelt thanks towards the great contribution you've given to the the country and all of us. So, what's the ultimate retirement requirement today? We've had our own discussion with several senior citizens, and we asked them, "Sir, would you be interested in the luxury car nowadays after retirement? Would you be interested in the highest return, with risk? And would you like to invest your money into risky investments and make more money and make more money? Would you be interested in that?" We asked them, "Would you like to have luxury homes?" Now, by luxury, I mean things which are beyond necessity. Okay, so luxury homes. So, and we asked them, "Would you like to buy branded stuff?" Because at today's date, from a needle to an aircraft, everything is available at a premium price if you are willing to choose that. So, the common answer which we got from all the senior citizens was a no, maybe no. They are not interested in most of it. Then we asked them, what is that one element here that you're really, really looking for? The common answer which we got is something very simple, and it does not need a high gadget. It is simple. The common answer which we got from them is that they wanted peace of mind. All of them wanted peace of mind. So I'm sure you sitting back at your home, you will have no different opinion that one of the most important ingredients after doing the turmoils, ups and downs of life, you would like to have is peace of mind. So how an average Indian manages this peace of mind? The most common element after retirement where people invest is FDs. And you should have 10, 15, 20% of your investments in FD to maintain liquidity. That's relevant as per financial plan. But having more than that in FD, how would it be helpful to you? We are going to analyze that. We are going to give you certain facts and thought-provoking questions, and you have to introspect, and that scribbling pad and pen which you have, you can make points and you can come back to me through questions. You can ask your questions, and I will shortly start receiving question answers. And at the end of the session, I try to answer some questions. So let us analyze FD as a product to achieve peace of mind. So just look at it. Now, the cost of living has increased significantly from 1970 to 2020. Okay, in the last 15 years, the cost of living has increased, but the FD rate of returns have decreased. It is inversely proportional. When your requirement is high, your income is low in FDs. So it is just going opposite. Okay. So look at it, 18% in 1970, 80 it was 16%. In 1990, 14%, 20, 12%, 2010, 9%, and 2020, it's 5.5%. Now my question to you, where will it go in 30 and 40? And I'm sure people who've just retired would have to cover the journey of next 25 years. So we are looking at, maybe 2045 or 2050 kind of a situation for immediate this year or last year retirees. So how does FD have? What are the risks in FD? Let us have an analysis, short analysis for your understanding. The analysis number one is the depleting and volatile interest rate. Now the interest rate is absolutely volatile. It's not steady. It's going down. And what happens if you have a 1 crore corpus and you're getting 5.5 lakhs? The next year it is decided you get 2 lakhs. How do you maintain? Is 2 lakhs good enough? How do you manage? There is a problem of renewal every year. Most FDs are taken for a year. And there is a problem of even at a matter of fact 3 years, when the FD ends, most senior citizens are not in the health state to go and renew. And again, technically, most senior citizens are not tech savvy where they can renew their FDs online. So there is a challenge because this product requires persistent servicing. Now, there is always a temptation to break your FD. If you don't have a temptation, maybe your children will have a temptation. Now, as I said, it is very important to have the mask secure facely on yourself before you want to help others. Now, something which cannot be compromised, ladies and gentlemen, is your well-being and your peace of mind. And your peace of mind will only be guaranteed if you have a bare minimum income guaranteed for your life and for your pension. Now, what happens if your son wants to buy a big car and there is a shortfall of 10 lakh rupees and he knows that you have the fund? What happens? Of course, in an emergency, it's a separate situation, but there are a lot of aspirational requirements where parents are involved. And I'm sure while I'm talking, you must be thinking about the last check you issued to your son or your daughter for his down payment of the home. So the temptation to break FDs are very high. So having a vehicle which is flexible is not always a benefit. It can be a disaster also. So I can see it from an example that if I'm driving a car where the steering is flexible, there are chances at high speed I may meet an accident. So all flexibilities are not great. and all rigidity are also not great. So there has to be a middle path for you to have a proper planning. So FD always is a risky product because you personally may have a temptation to break. There might be a situation where your children might request you, propel you, or they know how to get things done. I'm sure the children, this generation is far smarter than your generation and my generation. The youngsters who are there, they exactly know how to get what they want. So chances of eroding, now when you're going to the nowadays, if you see the intermediaries, the people who are serving you, most intermediaries are not very skilled, and they knowingly, unknowingly might invite you or induce you into a product which may not be the best product for your retirement planning. In such cases, what may happen, ladies and gentlemen, in such cases, what may happen is that you may be exposed to buying products which are not very relevant to your peace of mind. You might get into a product which is high on risk and it can deplete capital. You can get into a product which is recurring in liability nature. So all these will lead to problems in your life. So if you look at FD, my question to you is that, do you see peace of mind? As I said, ladies and gentlemen, the objective of this presentation is not to criticize or not to influence your opinion. The objective of my presentation today, sponsored by Kotak Life Insurance, is to help you understand and analyze what are the advantages and how should you plan. What are the vehicles you should choose for your retirement plan? Okay. So just let me have a quick look if I have any questions before I move ahead. Yes, I've started receiving question. Okay. Okay, I have got, please give plan description. I'm sure I'll get into the plan, but before I get into the plan, we look at the various. Now, another very common method to have a secure retirement is rental income. It is something which is highly favorable, and most senior citizens build houses, maybe multi-story houses. They reside on the ground of the first floor and they rent out the other. Now, what happens in a rental income? Is rental income safe today? Now, at one point of time, real estate was one of the best places to invest where fortunes were made. But at today's date, is it really relevant? So let us look. Now, the first important aspect which we've come across as a feedback from the senior citizens who are relying on rental income is punctuality of rent. Now, during such pandemic and lockdown, the government itself is supporting the delayed payment and various leisures in the timely payment of rent. And you might have a tenant who may not be able to pay your rent, but your peace of mind is required in exact date. Your electricity bill, your medicines, your food cost, your grocery, your maybe your cable TV cost. All these are fixed dates, and they will not wait for the punctuality of rent. But there's a struggle between the punctuality of rent and the liability meeting. Now, second is that mostly senior citizens who are planning for retirement through rental income build their house in one plot and they stay in the same. They share the avenue. Now, the question is, it's very difficult to find the same kind of standard and the stature and the culture of the family. It might be that you have a family which is posing a threat to your peace of mind. So having the right occupant is something which is very, very challenging. Nothing is written on the face when they come to do the agreement. But what are the challenges which can have if you give the house to a person who may not match your lifestyle? Would it impact your peace of mind? Is a question you should ask yourself before relying on the rental income. Now, inability to achieve consistent occupancy. Now, look at it. Now, Bangalore, the amount of to-let boards have increased significantly because with the IT industry going in work from home, all the young boys and girls who was willfully employed in the in Electronic City, in Kormangla, etc., all these areas which was primarily the office hubs of IT places, have changed. People have gone back to the natives, and it's very difficult to have consistent occupancy. So there might be a situation where you don't have a tenant for 6 months, and again, if your property goes into the wrong hands, there can be litigation expenses. And may I tell you that after 60, you may not be in the health and you may not be in the mental strength to face litigations. So, of course, rental income is a great avenue, but it comes with these risks. The second is huge maintenance of wear and tear. We've seen a lot of cyclones of late. We've seen it in Calcutta. We've seen it touched Mumbai and it went away. And the entire country right now is not only in a pandemic, is also in natural disaster. You open the news, it talks about floods, it talks about landslides, right from the Meghalaya to Bihar. It's devastation. So things like that, and maybe one thunderstorm bringing down a tree on your building can give you huge expenses. So there are risks involved in rental income. And the last and the most important is the taxes. One, your income is taxable. Second, you also need to pay property taxes. So if you look at all these points, I would like to ask you, and I would like to help, I would like to ask you to make a judgment. Is rental income one of the most reliable resource of having a peace of mind? The decision is yours, the ball is in your court. So ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next aspect, which is equity, mutual fund, and stocks. So what are the risks? I'm sure this is one of the most not preferred kind of avenue for senior citizens, because they are not looking at the best return. They are looking at a steady return, because best return comes with best risks. So they may not be interested in it. So look at it: market volatility, correction, millions of dollars of wealth has been wiped out between the March and June, July, and of course there is a significant increase. The market is recovering, but again, can you afford to lose your critical wealth? Is there a guarantee that this may not reoccur? So these are certain questions which you may need to ask before choosing a mutual fund as your retirement vehicle. Capital depletion is something which will worry you and can take peace of mind of your life, and you will have sleepless nights. Inconsistent pattern of income. There are investors who got great dividends from mutual funds before the pandemic broke out, but after the pandemic, the income pattern fell, and there was a huge drop in their income. Dividends were not being given, and dependence on time and technology. Nowadays, if you're opening a broking account, it's very difficult to time the market. You really don't know when is the right time to buy a share or to sell a share. And secondly, all this needs to be done online, and one mistake and you can have a complication, and you may need to pay penalty. If you buy it from BSE and you sell it in NSE, there may be charges for you. If you sell it twice, there may be charges for you. These are challenges which can come in your life if you are depending on equity and mutual fund. So do you see peace of mind? So ladies and gentlemen, am I telling you that all this is wrong? No, I am not telling you that. What I'm telling you that your financial portfolio for retirement should have three components. Component number one: the money which you require for emergency should be in bank deposits. So maybe 15 to 20% of your corpus should go in bank deposits. FD is a relevant article. It's a relevant vehicle for you to board during retirement. So 15 to 20% of your investments should go in bank deposits. Now, if you have time and you would like to take, say, 20-30% of your investments, you would like to park it for 10-15 years for capital appreciation, I think mutual fund and equity is a good aspect. But when you're looking at a lifetime guarantee, the only product which you have is annuity. And today I'm going to take you through how annuity is different from all the avenues which we discussed. So as I said, that one of the most important aspects which the senior citizens want and have desired, have expressed as their number one priority is peace of mind. Kotak Life Insurance is proudly presenting you Kotak Lifetime Income Plan. It is an immediate annuity, which means if you invest in a lump sum, you can start your pension from the next month, from the next quarter, from the next 6 months, or from the next year. You can start your income. And how does it work? Now, it is issued annuity rates are guaranteed for lifetime. Now, if you have a corpus and you invest today and you get a rate of 5.5%, now that 5.5% is guaranteed for lifetime. It's not going to change. So here is one avenue where you may not get the highest return. You may get a moderate to a secure return. But what is more important, this income is never going to fluctuate. This income is never ever going to fluctuate for you. So the issued rates of guarantee are guaranteed for life. And this word is a very powerful word, because it is directly proportional. The higher guarantee you have, the higher the peace of mind and the most relevant requirement of senior citizens is the annuity rates applicable at the date of conversion. So if you buy a policy today, after the fund clearance, in next 3 to 4 days, you may get your policy issued. Whatever is the rate on the issuance day will continue for life, irrespective of the market correction, irrespective of the change in FD rate. So we are going to guarantee you a rate of return. So if you have a steady pension of 1 lakh rupees per month, that is going to come for life, come what may. It's not going to change. Okay, so that's something which I am very, very interested to share with you. Now, this option is known as there are 2-3 variants of this product. which I'll be talking today. And while I'm talking, I'll be answering a question. I've got a question from Marimuthuke from Salem. What about the pension scheme? So I'm going to discuss here. What are the benefits of retired official? This has come from Veeramani, Ms. Chennai. So I think if you hold on to this explanation which I'm going to give, please give planned details. It has come from C Money. So all these questions is what I'm going to cover now. I have just now received another question. Let's see what it is. If I'm going to address it, how safe are corporate bonds compared with? Okay, so they're talking about bonds, and from Nagpur. Oh, I have Nagpur also today. So welcome, Mr. Hassan Ali Jiwanji, and no need to renew. Okay, so Mr. A.R. Khadre from Bangalore says that there is no need to. I'm sure after 10 years there is a renewal, and after 10 years, if there is a renewal, you may have a challenge of one, interest rate. Second, you may not be in a health, and only few bankers are allowing 10 years FDs. Most of them are allowing 3 to 5 years FD. So I have just retired. This is Sunil M. Kalevar, Mr. Sunil L. Kalevar. Okay, Mr. Sunil, just be with me and I'm going to explore the options. And I've got in this session available to forward to friends to view letters. Okay, you want the PPT? Yes, we will share it with you. This has come from Peter from Kilpak branch, Chennai. So great questions. Thank you so much. It's very heartwarming to see great participations from all of you. So let us go on to the first option, which is the cashback option. Now, as the name suggests, it's a lifetime income with cashback. So as long as I am into the retirement phase, before I begin the eternal journey for the next world, I have a guarantee of income and my entire fund comes back to my family in my absence. So a gentleman purchases 1 crore rupees as retirement and the annuity stops at demise. So what happens? Here, with 1 crore, the per month income for him is 48,153. So this is an income which is guaranteed for life. Now, if you look, normally if you buy a land, it can be exposed to litigation. If you buy any assets, there might be at the time of you trying to do an estate planning, you might have to go for a will, or you might have to go to a lawyer to get your estate planning to eliminate any confusion, distress in children, and any conflict of interest. But here, the entire fund is given back to your chosen legal heir. So here there is no need to go for a separate lawyer, and this is done completely on a completely voluntary basis on Kotak Life. So when the policy matures, your desired individual is going to get back the money. So as long as you are living, so if you look at an example, 48,153 in a year. So let me just give you a situation. 48,153 you are getting in a month. So in a year you are getting close to 5,77,000. So if I assume that this gentleman survives for 25 years, so he receives 1.44 crore as an income in the 25 years. On an average, 577 per annum. 5.77 lakh per annum he has received, and he'll receive it for 25 long years. The total money which he's got is 1 crore 44, and then his 1 crore is given back to the family. So it's something which is completely giving great peace of mind to all of the retirees. So it's a very, very important tool. So if you look a combination of this lifetime income and FD, maybe 10-20%, whatever liquid money you have, which you might need for medical exigencies and requirement of family, say maybe 10-15% of your total retirement purpose. If you put in FD, you have a liquid fund, and then here with 1 crore rupees, you can also have your exact pension of 48,000 without any hiccup for life. Now, all those of you who may want to invest lesser than a crore or more than a crore, I request you to kindly call our advisors and our managers and our partners. Our entire team is digitally equipped to support you, to give you the right advice, sitting in their houses, maintaining social distances in the safest way during this pandemic. You can plan your retirement without any hiccup and without any physical contact or any kind of worry for your health. So now my question: you have 48,153 guaranteed for life, and your money is going to come back to your legal heir. My question: do you see peace of mind? That's a question which I would like to ask you. You please answer your question to yourself and take informed decision in the right time. Now, this is something very interesting. It is known as last survivor lifetime income with 100% annuity for spouse. Now, what does this mean? If you understand the caption, it says that last survivor lifetime. So whoever survives, between me and my wife, whoever survives for a longer period of time, will get 100% of annuity. So if I am getting 48,000 or 47,000 rupees of pension, and I am not there after 10 years, and my wife continues the journey of life for next 25 years, then she keeps getting the pension. How does it work? Let us look at a pictorial explanation. So here is a healthy couple, and they buy and they start getting. Now, if you look, since you are going for a spouse 100% surviving, here your pension is much higher than cashback option. So cashback, you get back your money. So here you get a higher pension, 57,377 for a 1 crore rupees. Now what happens? Supposing the gentleman moves into the eternal life after this life, what happens to him? The gentleman may not be there physically with his spouse, but what he has done, he has fulfilled the vows which he has taken in front of the Almighty. Whether dead or alive, I would like to take care of you. That vow is fulfilled. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking at having a great life for you and your spouse, this is a beautiful option. It gives you peace of mind, and the money is guaranteed. Now, here, do you see peace of mind? Now, there might be some individual who might think that, okay, if the lady is alone, would she require 57,000 because the liability will go half? We also have an option of 50%. So what happens here is that they start getting 60,000 rupees of pension. You see, it is higher than the earlier two, because after the demise of the one of the partners between the spouses, 50% of the income continues for wife, and this way, not only during life but after life also, you ensure security and peace of mind for your spouse. So what is more important in India is fulfilling the obligations of relationships. We all want to do for our loved ones, and what better way for you to have a great beautiful life with your spouse when you are there, and when you start an eternal journey beyond life, you ensure that she has a great life after this. So 3 avenues we've seen cashback option, where you get an income, and as long as you are there, you keep getting an income irrespective of the market fall and the fall of the stock market or bank interest rate. You have 100% surviving spouse, and you have 50% surviving. In all cases, your investment returns are completely guaranteed. So lifetime income. Now let us do a summary. If you have a corpus, if you want a pension of 1 lakh rupees per annum per month, you need a corpus of close to 2 crore 8 lakhs. Now 2 crore 8 lakh will give you a pension of 1 lakh rupees. Now just look at it. At today's date, a 2 crore flat, can it give you 12 lakh rupees of rental income? You do an introspection. You see, a crore flat is giving you approximately 25,000, which is in 12 months 6 lakhs rupees, 6%. But look at here, for 12 lakh rupees, and that too, it's not again, you have the challenges of non-recurring, you have the challenges of things. So I beg your pardon, it's 25 into 12 is 3 lakhs. So 3 lakh rupees, 3% interest which you're going to get. Here, if you're investing 2 crore 8 lakhs, 12 lakh rupees is what is guaranteed. For a 75,000 monthly pension, the requirement is 1 crore 56 lakhs. For a 50,000 monthly pension, you require 1 crore 4 lakh rupees approximately. I'm rounding off the figure to the closest lakh. For 25,000, you need 52 lakh rupees. Now, my question to all of you, that if you want customized solution and you want to invest, say 78 lakh 30,453 rupees, you need to immediately contact our advisors, and they will help you come to the exact analysis of what is required. Okay, so lifetime income with cashback, these are your options. So this is how you can plan. I think it's a fabulous opportunity where there's a guarantee, and it completely takes care. If you can ensure, if you have the funds and you are looking at a 1 lakh rupees income per month, you invest this 2 crore 8 lakh, you're guaranteed for life, come what may, irrespective of anything. This 1 lakh rupees is going to come for your family, and it will be taken care. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't decide today, what is the market scenario? What is the scenario of the market today? The market of the scenario for the market is that, see, FDs and postal rates are going down, repo rates are going down, and with the advancement of the economy, it is prone to go down. If you look at the developed countries like Japan, etc., you need to pay the bank to keep your money in the bank. Forget getting interest. You need to pay them to get an interest. So the repo rates are falling. If you keep relying only on FD, as I said, that FD is an important component, but if you 100% rely on FD, will you have peace of mind tomorrow? Market volatility is wiping off huge wealth. Would you interested in that? And again, you should take a decision right now, because the regulatory authority is already requesting life insurance companies to increase premium by 40%. So you may have to get the same benefit at a higher price tomorrow. So again, the entire objective of this presentation is freezing your peace of mind today. What we are suggesting you is that how do you freeze your peace of mind is a very, very important aspect. And today, what we've discussed is a very, very unique opportunity for you to have a absolutely peace of mind. I repeat, all the elements which we spoke, FD is required, maybe 10-15% of your total investment to maintain liquidity. Your peace of mind, annuity is a must to have. It's a specialized product which takes you from one starting point to the end point. You remember the example where I spoke about the flight which you board from one point and you go to the other point. You don't want a you would never want to board a flight which lands you or which makes you get off the plane halfway. So you must have an annuity in your kitty, and if you have funds which and time, you can also look at equity. So a mixture of all three would give you great investments. So without further ado, I go on to some questions which has come to me, and let us see. So, well, we will definitely. A lot of requests is coming on whether they will get the questions. So I will get the PPT. I will share the PPT for all of you. Does Kotak guarantee returns? What happens if Kotak shares get the hit in the market? This is come from Chennai, Kuti Padmini. So thank you, madam, for your question. And she's asked a very relevant question. What happens if Kotak, Kotak Bank shares goes down? Shall we be able to, guarantee the income? Now, first of all, let me tell you that this contract which is issued it is issued under 5 legal laws passed by the preamble in the Constitution of India. The first, it's a legal contract, so it comes in the Indian Contract Act. So whatever is written in the books of in the policy bond, if Kotak Life is using the word guarantee, it is obligated to pay for life. And there is a regulatory authority called IRD which will check. And till now, since inception of life insurance, no insurance company has wound up business to escape policy liability. So it's a valid Indian contract where the liability is intact. Even if the company is not doing well, they will have to pay. Second, it comes under Insurance Act 1938. So the policy which you buy is the schedules and the requirements, the guarantees are as per the income tax, as per the Insurance Act 1938. So there are 2 acts which is going to safeguard you. The third is the Income Tax Act 1961. Fourth, even LIC Act was mended for you to get these services in your home. And number 5 is the IRD Act, which this body was formed in the year 1999, which is known as Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. This authority body not only it does not wait for the catastrophe, it does an annual judgment and it sees whether the company is capable of being able to meet the liability. This is for all life insurance company, including Kotak. So as I said, they want us to maintain a solvency margin of 1.5, whereas we are maintaining a solvency margin close to 3, 2.9 to be precise. So the group Kotak is extremely solvent to pay you the money irrespective of what happens to their own shares. Now, and there is also Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PAMLA. So the contract which you are going to buy is coming with a lot of legal backing. And IRD is ensuring, not only for Kotak Life, for all life insurance company, that the promises which they are doing, they do a pre-judgment before. See, one is a diagnosis. Okay, I am having a heart problem. I go do an MRI and I found that there is some problem in my heart. But something called prognosis. Before the disease, they are doing regular checkup to maintain health. So be rest assured, not only Kotak Life, any life insurance company you are buying, whatever services and the rate of return are guaranteed, are not going to be compromised. So that's the law of the land, is for benefit of all. Thank you. I think that was a wonderful question to be asked. I have a next question. Preference for women in plan. This has come from Uti. Wow, Madam Juliana Mary Coral Jolly. First of all, I have been to Uti and it's a really beautiful place. And I hope this pandemic is over and we get to visit such beautiful places again. So we do not see the plan has been kept at a position where it is similar benefits for retired gentleman and retired lady. There are no preferential rates. However, if you look at 50% surviving spouse and 100% surviving spouse, these aspects have been introduced in the plan for the welfare of women only. So that's what we have special for women. So Mr. A. Muthukrishnan, best return in our plan is less when we compare to FD. No, the rate of return is not less, Mr. Emuthu Krishnan. If you see, in a case of a 100% surviving or a 50% surviving spouse, it depends on the option you choose. The returns are quite high. However, if you are feeling that there is some bank which is giving you 1% or 0.5, 0.25% higher, please calculate the flex. Tomorrow, if there is a drop, what will happen? So, as I said, at this particular time, having the best rate of return is not important. Having a secure rate of return is extremely critical. So, the only word which I would suggest is a guarantee. You can have a mix of FD and this product put together. Now, it's the relationship between FD and this product is like the relationship between a toothbrush and a toothpaste. You need both. You need both for healthier teeth and gums and fresh feeling. So it's not either or. It's not FD is better than annuity and annuity is better than FD. Both products are required. They are supplementary products. So if you have maybe 10%, 15% in FD and the rest in annuity, so you can have the mileage of that, 0.2% which you are feeling. I don't agree to this point, but then for your understanding, I don't know what are the interest rate you are talking about, which bank, because there are marginal differences with every bank. So if you look at the guarantee aspects, it's a very, very unique tool, and it serves the purpose of peace of mind. So we have Mr. S. Ranganathan from Whitefield. Would the annuitant after enrolling in Kotak Lifetime Income Plan be allowed to demonstrate his life certificate whenever asked for by Kotak Life Insurance digitally from his home, logging in his laptop or computer from his home? Now, till the annuity is alive, this is opposed to filling up physical form. So, first of all, until we are informed that the policyholder has demised, we will continue the pension without any evidence of good health, okay, or evidence of being live. So, it is a very rare opportunity where we would ask that. Normally, digitally, if you are whatever requirement today at today's date, whatever interface and discussion or interaction is required, Kotak Life 100% supports digital. So there is no requirement for you to come out of your house, Mr. Ranganathan. However, until we are informed that there has been a demise, we continue the pension irrespective of the situation. Okay. Is it come under tax benefit of ETC? Now, 1010D, no, your pension is taxable, sir. So pension in India is taxable. This is Vignesh from Trichy. Mr. Vignesh, the pension is taxable and it does not come under 1010D. Okay. And I have a last question. After the husband's demise, wife will get 50% amount, but maturity amount will get the same. Now, there are three options. This has come from Harrison Sinha, Bangalore. So thank you, Mr. Sinha, for this beautiful question. Now, if you're choosing a cashback option, you'll get your money back. But if you're not choosing a cashback option, you choose to have a higher pension instead of a cashback, then you don't get a cashback. So in option 2, where surviving spouse, 50% or 100%, you are enjoying higher pension instead of a cashback. But if you're looking at a cashback, then the opportunity for you to get the money back is there. So you can choose between the three array of products. Okay, some more questions flowing in. Any health condition, medical checkup required? This has come from Bangalore. Shri Harsha AN. No, sir. Irrespective of your medical health condition, we are going to support you. Somya Upadhyay from Bangalore is asking 48,001 got increased to 5733. How you are able to do it? Now, when you are taking a cashback option, I have to keep the fund ready to be given to you. Therefore, I am giving you an interest of 48,153. But when you're going for a 100% surviving spouse, then I am not giving you the capital back. Hence, your interest is higher. Okay. So you can choose among the three. If you're looking at a planning in an event where the couple wants to enjoy his life and wants maximum returns on their investments, they can go for a surviving spouse where the pension is higher, but there is no cashback. So the difference which you can see, Mr. Udupa, the difference which you can see is because of the cashback. When you take a cashback, marginally, your pension is a little lesser. If you don't take a cashback, your marginal pension is higher. Are returns tax-free? No, sir. It is not tax-free. It is taxable. Raj Lalwani from Pune. It is very interesting to find people from Nagpur and Pune. Thank you so much for logging in. Mr. Raj Lalwani, what is the investment security any collaterals offer? Now, I've just answered that question. The contract itself is a collateral which is backed by six six laws approved by the Constitution of India: Indian Contract Act, Insurance Act 1938, LIC Act 1956, Income Tax Act 1961, the IRD Act 1999, and Prevention of Money Laundering Act 1999. So you can be rest assured, and this formulation of the current legal system is there for all companies. It's not exclusive for Kotak Life. So when you're dealing with a life insurance company and you see a word guarantee, you can be rest assured that the government has taken enough adequacy. And please understand, if you buy a car, government asks you to pay extra tax. If you buy a home, government asks you to pay extra tax. If you buy shirts, watches, clothing, shoes, you are paying tax. Only when you buy life insurance, you are saving tax. Why? Because the government wants you to invest. When government is encouraging you to invest, definitely it will ensure the safety measure for the people. So please be rest assured, all the life insurance company available in the market are secure for you to invest. What you need to do is read the policy bond and see whether the person who's given you the advice, his advice and your requirement are in the same way. Actually, no life insurance product is built to harm you. What happens is that the mismatch in requirement and the product offering is given due to maybe unawareness of the buyer or due to the lack of skill of the seller. It may happen because no product has been designed. IRDA does not approve of a product which can harm you. So be rest assured that if you know what you are buying, and I can guarantee you that we have a very strict PCVC system. So once you buy a product, not only the seller who may have some interest to sell a product to you, our company will ensure the audit and ensure that you understand the product before you. So if even after you pay the check, if there is a discrepancy in your understanding or your expectation and product offering, we will not issue the policy. We will give you back your money. So full security is taken care. So questions are flowing in big time. Due to paucity of time, I'll try to take some of them. If I fail to answer all the questions, you can get back to the team. Right now, there are more than 10,000 advisors of South India who's waiting to answer your questions. We have a team of 5,000 partners who are there, and we are all there to support you. However, I would like to take maximum questions, whichever is possible in the webinar. Okay, you are giving pension on our FDs as given by bank, informed interest. VUT specialty in Kotak. Now, I did not understand Mr. Prem Kishore from Vijayawada. So, how are we? If I were to explain to you, how are we different than FD? See, FD the interest rate will vary. Whereas if you take a lifetime cashback or a 50% or 100% surviving spouse, your interest rate is going to be guaranteed. So that's the benefit that's the benefit over FD. Again, Mr. Raj Lalwani, what if the company fails to pay despite all safeguard? What legal recourses? So see, the IRDA will not allow a company to go to that point. See, no health issues comes overnight. Every year, may I tell you, there is a internal audit by IRDA every year where the entire accounts and the books are checked by IRDA. If there is a slightest hint of financial vulnerability, the new sales will be blocked for all life insurance companies. And the owner of the company, like you have a company called Bajaj Allianz, there is 76% holder of Bajaj and 26% holder of Allianz. And in case of Kotak, it's 100% Kotak Bank. In case of say Aditya Birla Sun Life, there are two holders. So if there is any time they see that there is a hint of, there's a slightest iota of financial worry, the new sales will be stopped and the partners or the partner will be forced to pump in capital. So let me tell you, just to start a life insurance company, a collateral of 200 crore is taken as a paid up capital for the life insurance company. Every year, annual check is done. So when the government is encouraging you to invest in insurance through tax benefit, be rest assured the measures are taken. Our government is a progressive government, and the government has ensured that the products which you are buying are safe, audited, passed by IRDA, and yearly checks are happened. So you can be rest assured, and I say this for all life insurance company, not just for Kotak. So what I am talking to you is, Mr. Lalwani, whatever I am talking to you is the legal infrastructure which has been built for the welfare of the citizens, senior citizens, and tax-paying citizens of India. So be rest assured. The only thing which you need to worry is that what your product offerings are and what your needs are, they are matching. If those two are matching, then you can, with a blindfold, go ahead with any life insurance company. But if you choose with Kotak, I can tell you the financial expertise and the prudence which we have. If you see, just to give you a understanding about Kotak's financial management, now, as a life insurance company, we are one of the only life insurance company which are profitable from last 12 consecutive years. So this only happens when you have a superior understanding of finance. Okay, even in the pandemic, the company has come out as as an institution which has made profit. So, and it has been consistent. There are great companies in the market which have seen ups and downs. But if you look at a health, somebody who's not having profit for himself, how can he give benefits to the customer? So when you're looking at a Kotak Group, you can be rest assured when it comes to finance, it's a financial specialist company. So these worries which you are having are quite relevant. Thank you for asking. But I can rest assure you high quality of standards, not only by the government, but Kotak also, for you to have a peaceful retirement. So I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Lalwani. So we have Mr. E.L. Venkataswamy from Chennai. What is the current strategy of Kotak to attract customer during COVID? See, we don't attract customers. We don't believing in attract customers. Even today's date, there is no mandate in this presentation which I am doing right now with you. There is no mandate that person who has come, they need to buy. There is no mandate. Okay. See, attracting customer, you need to attract people when you are selling something which is not required. What I am selling or what I am offering is a product which is 100% requirement of every senior citizen. So what we are doing is creating awareness. And if you are an advisor with us, because I can sense you are asking as an advisor. See, in COVID, the life insurance sales, there are two industries which have increased in COVID. One is insurance. Insurance sales in India is up by 25%, and in South India, Kotak Life is up by 75%. The other data, which is that the consumption of data has gone 9.5% higher than average consumption. All this is happening because of the COVID situation, because now everybody, right now we are interacting, you are listening to me through data consumption only. So we are not attracting, but we are here. We consider our duty to serve the senior citizens, to serve the young Indians, and we are trying to create awareness. Whoever is finding value in what we are discussing, will be more than happy to give them services in a completely protected and in a COVID-friendly manner digitally without any physical contact. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Venkataswamy. 5 laws of annuity. Now, this has come from Udipi. Now, Mr. Chandrasekhar Sriyan, any life insurance contract, this is applicable for all insurance companies. Any life insurance contract is actually having elements of 6 laws which are passed by the government of India. One is it's a valid Indian contract. So Indian Contract Act 1973, I think, 73 is applicable there. You have Insurance Act 1938, because Insurance Act has basic preambles and schedules, rules and regulation of the policy is written there. So it is an approved thing. Second, the policy, if you're buying from a private life insurance company, that contract itself is an evidence of amendment of LIC Act 1956. You have Income Tax Act 1961. You have the IRD Act 1999, and you have Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2006. So all these 6 laws are there to safeguard you against any misrequirement. The only thing which you need to do, buy a product which is suiting your requirement. Don't buy a product. There are products which are high on equity exposures. Now, if you buy a product which is high on equity exposure, now at a senior citizen level, the product which we are recommending to you is a one-time liability product. You just make one premium. But if you buy a product of a 20-year recurring liability, then you might have a problem. So what has happened, the company is not cheated you, or the company is not missold to you. You have bought something without understanding. So it is your responsibility to understand. And in Kotak Life, not only at the point of sales, but after the point of sales, we will call you, we will make you understand, and we will see if your requirement and your product being offered is a match. If there is not a match, we will refund your money. We take safety precaution measures of our customers. That is more important than the business. Okay, it has come from Mr. Ganesh. It's a quite Ganesh P from Bangalore. If the FD and PO rates are going down and the customers who have invested in KLI needs clarification how the company will manage to get the promised income. Just a brief note is required to know where all the investments go and how does these investments not affected by the catastrophe. Now, there are two elements. I think it's a beautiful question, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Ganeshvi, for asking this question. And now let me tell you, a life insurance company, there are two aspects. One, the way we manage our cost. The way we manage our costs. See, if any business can give you a return, not from its pocket, but from the revenue, and the revenue which the company generates depends on the operating cost. There are many companies, if you see, are doing total turnover, which is 2 times, 3 times our turnover. Okay, Kotak Life's turnover. They're 2 times, 3 times. But the amount of money which they are investing to get that turnover makes their balance sheet negative. So if you look at Kotak, our investments, we are doing limited business, but we are ensuring profitability. So the prudence and the cost management is so efficient that we are being able to guarantee. That is one. Number two, the contract itself, where the life insurance companies invest their money predominantly in government bonds, but these bonds are not those bonds which you and me buy individually. These bonds are worth several hundred crores. They get preferential rates, and there are very, very long-term contracts. So these long-term contracts also invite some preferential rate. So we are being able to guarantee because of our financial prudence, the way we are managing fund. If you look, I can give you example when ILFS fund happened. Who was approached? Mr. Uday Kotak was approached by Government of India. Okay, he is the head of a body which is looking at the development of business stakeholders and government alliances. So if you look at Mr. Uday Kotak, you look at PFRDA. So, and if you analyze the group, Mr. Kotak Group, Mr. Kotak's group, it has started in the year 1985 until here, till 2020, around 35 years, they have never ventured into anything except finance. So the undisputed prudence of financial management is something which is helping us to guarantee. Second, the government norms are stringent that if there is a drop, we will have to pay and we will pay. Third, as a life insurance company, the investments which we have are huge and we get preferential rate. So the FD which you buy may not offer you the rates which we get from the government because of the long-term nature of our investments and because of the tenure of the investments. So thank you, Mr. Ganesh. It was a beautiful question. I think I have answered your question. If you have more queries, you can get in touch with our advisors and they'll try to help you. So Chandra Kumar B, what form of guarantee would you provide? Well, I have already discussed that, Mr. Chandra Kumar. Right now, I have spoken about the taxation aspects. I have spoken about financial prudence. I have spoken about the preferential rate which a life insurer gets over an individual investments. So is there any other? I would just take 2-3 more questions and I would like to bid goodbye. And the next question, there's somebody from Mumbai, Mr. Ram, Mumbai looks scary. I hope you are doing well and you are good. The returns are taxable, Mr. Ram. So AK Prasad, please explain lifetime income with guarantee 15 years. So there are a lot of options. It has come from Mr. AK Prasad. It is from Bangalore, Mr. Prasad. We are right now for the context of this webinar, we are sticking on to 3 options: the cashback, 100% surviving spouse, and 50% surviving spouse. If you're interested for any other option, please get in touch with your branch training manager or please get in touch with your advisor who will help you to get the right answers. So now annuity is suitable to manage price escalation. Okay, now Mr. Chinnathambi from Madurai. A beautiful question. Now he's saying that I have price escalation. How does annuity manage? Well, I would ask you another question, Mr. Thambi, Mr. Chinnathambi. How would it be? You're talking about price escalation. How would it be a situation where your pension is halved? Just think on the other way. So price escalation. If you are looking at appreciation, my suggestion would be you divide your funds into 3 parts. One part into FDs for liquidity. Keep one part into mutual funds and equity related shares, maybe 10%, 15%, where you can have over a 10-year horizon, you can have a extra fund. So supposing you park 10 lakh there, that 10 lakhs becomes 15 lakhs in a span of 7-8 years or 10 years. That is the time where you can use this additional fund to invest into annuity to use your price escalation. Now, the current way we are managing, the current way average Indians are managing, I would like to repeat, is dependence on children. which is neither fair on children or safer for the senior citizens. Second, you are looking at rental income. We saw all the challenges what you have in rental income. We also saw how FD is volatile. So having a guarantee income is at least taking care of your some quotient of your retirement. Now, if you're looking at capital appreciation, you would need to pump in periodical more money into an annuity plan. You will have to invest, reinvest into a second annuity to ensure the escalation. For that, you can use equity if you have that kind of fund. So, thank you, Mr. Chidambaram. Some beautiful questions have come today, and I think your involvement and your quality of questions shows that this session is adding great value. Now, Mr. Narendra Kumar, if a senior citizen wants surrender after 5 years or 6 years to meet own health. So, as I said, that this product, any product in India, any product does not give you benefit on surrender. No products. Just keep this in writing somewhere, and you wherever you meet a company, any financial product which is giving you a benefit on surrender. I don't think in my experience of last 18 years I've come across a product which is giving benefit on surrender. Surrender is always a loss-loss proposition. So as I said, instead of having a method of surrender, we don't have method of surrender in our policies. And this is for your own benefit because that guarantee of minimum 48,153 will keep coming. Now, if you're looking at managing health exigencies, my suggestion would be to park 10-15% of your funds into FDs so that can be taken care. See, the most important person, and I am repeatedly saying, and I keep saying, my objective is not to say that FD is not required or a mutual fund is not required. All three are required. If you're looking at liquidity, go for FD. If you're looking at mutual fund, go for long term. If you're looking at lifetime peace of mind, go for annuity. So all three products combined together. When you want a cleaner, fresh mouth, you need the toothbrush, you need the toothpaste, you need the mouthwash, and you need floss, threads. So when you combine all, then you have a healthy mouth. So can I say that floss is better than a toothpaste or a toothpaste is better than a toothbrush? No, because they're all complementary products. So when you mix all, you have a complete array of basket. But one of the most important component in that basket is annuity. And that's what we are discussing today. Mr. Nagendra Kumar from Kilpak, Chennai, I hope I have answered your question. If you're not satisfied with my answer, you can approach, since it's a video conferencing, we cannot have a dialogue, but it's a monologue, but I'm sure there are people who will be able to help you. I take the last question. What is the current strategy? I have taken this question. What if the customer fails to pay despite of all safeguard and the legal resources to meet? What if the company fails to pay? Okay. Mr. Raj Lalwani, as I said that there is no method. And if you look at, there is no method through which a company can fail, because before the litigation, it will be the owner of the company. Kotak Life Insurance is owned by Kotak Bank, and it will be a personal obligation of Kotak Bank to pay. If you just look, even our, the oldest life insurance company in India has an office in Singapore and Mauritius, where they are not selling new policies. They are sitting for the meeting of that last claim. And life insurance business cannot be voluntarily wound up. That's why the government is giving you a tax benefit. Now, to have the legal system, the constitution preamble, the history itself. If you were to just look at, if you want personally, you can get in touch with me. If you're a member of Kotak, you can get in touch with me through your branch training manager. There are no life insurance company in the history of Indian industry and business where a life insurance company has voluntarily escaped policy liability. It has never happened. Okay, so what has never happened? Of course, possibilities you're talking about, possibilities which has never happened. The constitution and the preamble does not allow, and the legal infrastructure and measures are in place to support you. The option is completely outruled. So there is no way a life insurance company will escape a policy. This is applicable for all companies, not just Kotak. I'm talking to you as a life insurance professional and not only as a Kotak Life employee. No insurance company has ever escaped the policy liability and cannot escape. There are reservations by government which ensures this. Okay. So and today's date, everything is available at Google. Just you can do IRDA measures to safeguard policyholder. You can do a Google and you will get a detailed, the specifications how IRDA ensures the safeguard of the policyholders. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was wonderful talking to all of you. I think I have been able to answer some questions of yours. Of course, due to paucity of time, I may not be able to answer all questions, but it was really, really wonderful to have all of you. We have close to 4,000 people in this webinar today. And every Thursday, we will have this webinar. All the advisors who are listening to me, for next Thursday, we would request you to kindly invite your friends and family. More people come to know about it, the more people will have a happier life. And at the end of the day, as a life insurance company, we believe in multiplying joys and dividing the sorrows. In this pandemic, we cannot help anyone who's sick. We cannot ensure income for anybody who's sick, but we can enable them to become independent and to become financially secure. So as a responsible citizen of India, not only you should log into such webinars, but you should also invite your friends, your families, your relatives to come and listen to us, because the benefits which they can get, especially the senior citizens, is umpteen, and they will thank you for life. So this is Taki signing off. Thank you so much for coming into the call. It was a sheer pleasure to have all of you. I look forward to many such fruitful interactions with you in near future. Thank you. Stay safe. Please wear a mask, sanitize yourself, and maintain social distancing. This is me, Taki, signing off. Best wishes. Have a great day. Bye-bye.